What's going on, you guys? Coaster here. I'm on vacation. As you may hear the background noise, I'm sorry about the lighting and whatever, but Raiders pulled out the win and their season is still alive with the win over the Chargers, which I'm still going to say San Diego in my mind, but the LA Chargers. I really can't point out very many negatives of this game, and they actually showed some heart and they showed up like their back was against the wall. I got to give credit where credit's due. Derek Carr played a great game, mistake-free mostly, and if it weren't for some drops, he would have had even more efficiency. And even the defense looked all right. Now, that being said, I'm just going to say, where was this like 5 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Yeah, needed that some time ago because you already dug yourself such a hole. I can't really say I'm feeling happy. I'm not exactly excited over this just because, maybe my prediction's right. 7-9 is what I'd said. 7-9, 8-8. There's a good chance they finish either 7-9 or 8-8, barring no draw next week. So, hey, what-de-do? I could be right there. But that being said, it's still too little too late. I still wanted that against the Jets. I needed that effort even against Jacksonville. They didn't play a four-quarter game. Now, even though this was a one-possession game, this is probably their first complete win of the year where they really showed they were the better team. And it didn't maybe show on the scoreboard, but I thought the team as a whole looked much better. I mean, the big positive also, Hunter Renfrow. Offense looked a lot better with him. So, really, he's been proving me wrong just among the rookies. I've been impressed for a guy that's his size and everything. I mean, the story of underdogs. It's nice to see a story like that translate into the NFL. I mean, he was an undersized possession receiver, and it reminds me of the former Bronco McCaffrey when he was many, many years ago. Very short guy and so on. He's doing his job, and the offense looked a lot better with him in there today. That being said, once again, it's the Chargers. The Chargers have gone through a bunch of crap on their own, and they're a weird team going through losses. And as we know, Phillip Rivers, he's showing his age. He's not good anymore, and, talk about being washed up. That's what happens when you play for a while. You said, you dug yourselves a hole. I'm not going to say this team is going to make it. They're just alive. They're not dead. They're playing, they're only their third meaningful Week 17 since, I think, 2016, they were obviously a playoff team. They clinched already. 2011, I was at that game against the Chargers, and they lost. And that was a meaningful game, which they blew. It was even worse. There's too many scenarios right now for me to start saying they're going to make it and so on. I mean, the fact that they're not eliminated shows how pathetic the AFC really is. I didn't think the Buffalo Bills, I thought they were going to lose a bit, but their defense showed they're good enough to get the 5 seed. Well, then there's the 6 seed, where none of these teams are consistent. Everyone is just there. And nobody wants it. The Steelers lost, the Titans, those are all streaky, inconsistent teams. But they're all technically, from a talent standpoint and cohesive standpoint, better than the Raiders. Yet the Titans haven't pulled away, and Raiders are just alive by default in tiebreakers. It's really stupid. All I know is if the Raiders are eliminated because the other team wins or something, you can't blame anyone but yourselves. You lost to the Jaguars, you lost to the Titans before that. You lost 4 games in a row. All right, I'm not even thinking about the scoreboard next week. I know some of you will be, and that's fine. Yeah, that's determining our season win or lose. But they have to depend on the Colts, the Texans, and specifically some of these teams have nothing to play for, like the Colts. That Colts-Jaguars game is like a scrimmage. No one's going to give a damn, really, almost about those two teams. I could see Minshew showing up just because he can, and the Colts are going to go through the motions. Who knows? So, once again, the Raiders playing at Denver in their last week. Denver is going to want to show up. I know for a fact, Drew Lock, they want to see that guy develop. They want to see him look better and so on. I'm sure that's going to be a game for them. That's going to be their Super Bowl. It would be nice if the Raiders showed up and won, but once again, to me, when I was looking at all those odds, I thought, can the Raiders win 2 games in a row at the end? I wasn't thinking it. They weren't playing well enough for it, but now they can, and who knows? You got the one game out of the way. You're just in, but you're not locked in. You've just managed to make it to Week 17, but once again, I'm not exactly excited over this. Even if they got in, you can't just go one and done. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They got to make the conference championship game for me to say this is a successful year because of that conference streak. This is the last year in the decade you can do it. And earlier, you waited till Week 16 to finally show up? I wanted that some time ago, and I can't say it's going to make me happy. I know if you were at the game, sure, I'd be excited if I was there, especially because that's a home game for the Raiders. playing in LA is the only guaranteed home game for the Raiders at this point, because I know quite some of you were probably there, I'm sure. Those of you in SoCal, can't imagine. It's got, what, 30,000 in that MLS stadium, and can't imagine when the Rams, they move into the Rams stadium, it's going to be even more silver and black, but that's the only home game we're going to guarantee, because, as we know, Raiders fans took over that place like they usually do. But, as I said, there's a long way to go. They're going to have to get it together for another week, and who knows, just a lot of question marks. But if Derek Carr played the way he did today, they got a chance against the Broncos, and who knows after that. But as I said, there's some day games. There are some 10 a.m. games. I think you have the Colts, the Texans, the Ravens and Steelers. I haven't even checked if the Ravens clinched the 1 seed or not. They may not have anything to play for, so who knows? You got to depend on teams that aren't playing for much, and that's always a problem. You can't just, it's easy to say go Colts, go Texans, and so on, but I'm first and foremost, it's all about go Raiders. Just have to hope they win. I mean, if they ended on 8-8, fine. You could say there's progress, but is this all a tease? I mean, Derek Carr just dug himself a hole, and I don't think he's going to, I'm not going to say he's back. It's the Chargers. You can't just tease me and try to convince me you're good again. All right, we're still second fiddle behind the Chiefs, so we'll see. You're not dead, you're alive, but your odds of the playoffs are still very, very small. I'm more amazed that all the games they needed to happen, they went the Raiders' way, and they're still in it, so who knows? It's funny. The AFC is sad, funny, and weird at the same time, but let me know what y'all thought of this game. I am impressed with Hunter Renfrow. That is one piece that's going to look good when they go to Vegas. Until then, we'll see you otherwise, and go Raiders. Also, Merry Christmas. I may be also getting out of town once again for the next week, so my next video, who knows when, but I'm on vacation here. It's Christmas, so we'll see you guys later.